Still making a mortgage payment in retirement? Why? Why? My man Don Graves, I'm on his email list from Heckham Advisors, has sent this to me. Well, not to me, but his email list. And I tell you, I could not agree more. Let me start the premise though, before we get into the mechanics of what we're going to talk about. Let me read an email I had from this guy. This guy, he quit his job at 55. He took money out of his 401k because the 55 plus rules where you have access to your 401k as long as you're over 55 and the money's still in your 401k. He took out enough to pay off his mortgage, all right? And he obviously had to pay income tax on that money, but he took out enough to pay off his mortgage, all right? But now he has another new job, and he moved the remaining part of his 401k to that other new job. Anyway, which is good. And now he's literally stacking cash because he has no debt to spend it down, no mortgage anymore. What a wonderful experience it has been. I'm able to stack cash and max out his 401k, his Roth, just like God intended. I used to be in the spot where I didn't think, now I can't read what he's saying here, but he goes, now I don't even think about allocations anymore for the long, and I'm just stock heavy because he has a pension. But his fixed income is Social Security. He looks like a bond. I think I'm not sure if I would agree with that part. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not having any thoughts on that. But he has no debt. He's stacking cash. To make a long story short, I'm now living the life you were talking about, not being in debt to nobody after years of a big house payments, 3 kids, college cars. It has been a huge life enabler for me to not have the debt. So when you can pay it all off after early withdrawals and taxes, it pays a tough decision. Anyway, but it's something that I have done, and I cannot agree more. That's what he said to me. Anyway, so my man Don says, seniors still making mortgage payments should consider a home equity conversion mortgage, which is a reverse mortgage, says Dr. Jack Gutentag. He details why a reverse mortgage may provide seniors with a viable escape hatch from a monthly mortgage payment. I could not agree more. And here's this guy, Dr. Jack Gutentag. What now? It sounds German, so we got to look out for him because we don't know what's on the other side of that. It's a joke, people. Get the stick out of your butt. Why retirees with existing mortgages should take a reverse mortgage. And he says about 60% of homeowners will be reaching 62 today will have outstanding mortgage balances. And most of them have limited assets, 100%. Such retirees are concerned about having enough money during the retirement years. They should take out a reverse mortgage. That holds whether the reverse mortgage is used to pay off the existing mortgage or not. Yet less than 5% do it. And those who do it are more likely to use immediate needs than to strengthen their retirement. Major reasons why reverse mortgages aren't used is because freaking people like Dave Ramsey, they're scams. Actually, let's see here. I want to see something. So here's, I went incognito because YouTube knows my search history, and I don't want to bias the results. The search engine results page, what's called a SERP. Here's Dave Ramsey. He makes an ad. That's interesting. So I typed in reverse mortgage. Dave Ramsey shows up, but he has a YouTube ad. Interesting. This guy says, don't get one. This is the practical personal finance. Dave Ramsey doesn't like reverse mortgages. He says they're scams. I don't know what this guy is saying. Let's see. This guy, he did something, a video. I was like, I'm not saying anything bad about the guy, just this guy says 3 reasons to never pay off your house. That's silly. 1.5 million views. Reverse mortgage. Dad wants reverse mortgages. They're scams, says Dave Ramsey. Let's see what else we got. Don't get a reverse mortgage. Do this instead. She's talking about get a home equity line of credit. It's freaking nuts. All right. Anyway, so we got, hey, there I am. Reverse mortgage, right on. Reverse mortgage is not what you think. That's Tom Selleck, so he's selling it. All right. Anyway, so let's keep going here. Let's just go back to the article here. I illustrate the case for taking a reverse mortgage with a woman of 62 whose home is worth $500,000. She has an existing mortgage balance of $200,000. for which she's paying $1,051 a month. And she has $250,000 of financial assets earning 6% a year. The table shows spendable funds during her retirement years on 4 options if she pays off the mortgage and 2 options if she doesn't. All right, I don't even care about the table. I just care about the idea that she is now basically saving that $1,051 a month because she's now using her equity to pay off that mortgage. Now, she hasn't paid off her debt, mind you. All right, the mortgage is still outstanding. I mean, someone's getting, the bank will get paid back. In fact, I don't have my calculator. Where did I do my calculator? Man. Anyway, the facts are the bank could own the house that's worth more than the debt's worth more than the house. Well, as long as she lives there, who cares? Who cares? Literally, I just want to be clear. A reverse mortgage is a non-recourse loan. One of the reasons why they have these pesky fees is because you're paying mortgage insurance, i.e., you're saying to the federal government who's backing these products that if you are upside down on your home, when you die, the bank won't be left holding the wet bag. The mortgage will be paid for by the federal government. The mortgage insurance premiums go towards that, which is freaking fantastic, dude. So now you die, all right? So remember, there's no mortgage payment, ever. You only have to pay it back upon selling it. That's it. If you don't sell the house, there is never another mortgage payment. You still got to pay your property taxes and homeowner's insurance, your escrow. I don't know why Dave Ramsey thinks it's weird to me, but anyway, whatever. So now you freed up that $1,051 a month for the rest of your life, or at least until the rest of the mortgage was paid off, which, you know, at $1,051 a month, and she had, again, I have my calculator, she had $200,000 on that. I mean, she's only paying $12,000 a year. That's probably going to be another 20 years or so. You know, by then she'll be 70, 82 years old, man. Oh, she didn't have a mortgage at 82. Well, screw. I mean, there's a good chance she won't even be alive by 82. All right, so now the worst case scenario of the reverse mortgage is that you're upside down. The house is worth $300,000 and you owe $500,000. Okay, you still got a house. There's no payment due. I mean, it sucks if you wanted to move. Yeah, I get you. What if you needed long-term care? Well, I mean, that's another problem you have to contend with. That's why we have Medicaid, which is why I hate when people use Medicaid if they're rich. And they do that with some fancy estate planning. I can't stand that. I literally don't, because Medicaid should be used for poverty people, not for people who are just trying to do some shenanigans to get by. I don't like it. All right, you know, freaking throw arrows at me, don't care. Anyway, the point being is if that's your only concern, what if I need long-term care? Well, hell's bells. You're still going to need long-term care potentially. And if you're going to keep the mortgage, you're going to run out of money anyway. So it's not a mutually exclusive thing. If you take a reverse mortgage, you'll go on Medicaid. If you don't take a reverse mortgage, you won't go on Medicaid. Show me the evidence of that. All right, it's all speculation. Frankly, that you even need long-term care to begin with. It's not that likelihood anyway. Either way, so the worst case scenario is she's upside down on her mortgage and she has to stay there for the rest of her life. Okay, well, she has a house. I mean, if that's the worst case scenario, that's not so bad, in my opinion. It's just not. Now, she dies, the kids don't get any money because the mortgage is worth more than the house is worth. So the bank takes it on the chin, everyone walks away, but she had to live there. She got to live there with a roof over her head for the rest of her life without a mortgage payment. That's the worst case scenario. The real worst case scenario is, again, this is silly, but people do it, to say, hey, what if I took a reverse mortgage to pay off my debt and now I need a long-term care facility? Well, I hate to say it, but the only option was not to take the reverse mortgage and spend down your assets anyway. I mean, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing here. You spend down your assets, you didn't take the reverse mortgage, now you get equity in your home as opposed to assets. All right, before you had assets, now you have no equity in your home and hopefully you have assets. It's the same thing. So that isn't the argument, frankly. The argument is, well, I want to leave my kids something, thus I don't want a reverse mortgage, because in theory, the house could be worth less than the mortgages. Okay, then if that's the case, then maybe reverse mortgage isn't for you. But if you're 62 years old right now, you got $1,051 in debt still outstanding on that mortgage, that's $12,000 a year, man, for the next 20 years or so. You can pay that off with a reverse mortgage. Why would you not do that? I don't understand. It frees up $12,000 a year for do other things with to enjoy your retirement. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you